Well, it's pretty easy. The biggest issue is the Cowboys out there, the guys that are doing a rubbish job. And the problem is it's such a huge investment for people. And because of that, it's naturally going to draw in business people that are shonky and that necessarily haven't got the right intentions. And it's like anything, there is money to be made in solar as a business. But because of these people that come in, they're always going to take advantage of a situation. So they're coming in, they're putting in rubbish gear, doing a rubbish job, and getting paid really well to do it. And then the problem is companies like us have to clean up the situation a couple of years later when they've gone bankrupt or they're out of business. So it's frustrating. It's like the guy at Pagara, where we're pretty much going to have to replace his whole system now. Because, 3 years ago he had a system put in, and the company that's put it in is gone. And the company who supplied the gear holds no warranty over the gear because it's held by the installer. And they're the rules through the CEC. As the installer, we have to warrant whatever gear we install. For some people, it's a perfect storm of a nightmare, but to save maybe $1,000. And that's usually the difference between someone who's real rubbish and someone who's reputable. And simple as, people just need to do their homework. And it's hard too, because I was talking to from Program yesterday, because we're going to install a system for him, and he said, I threw it out probably a month ago to get solar, and he's like, I've just been bombarded with phone calls, I've just been hassled, like there's no honesty in it. And it's true. So how do people reach people like us? How do they do that legitimately? And even was like, I didn't even know you guys did solar, and it's hard. That's why I guess we focus so much on getting our content out there to people to understand that, hey, we do it. And if you've got a question, ask us. Or if you want testimonials, or if you want to see every single job that we've ever done, let us know. We'll give you a list of all the addresses and you can go and have a look yourself. Ask every single customer we've ever done a job for if they're happy with it. And there would be not one single customer that have an issue. That's the difference. But how do you get that out to people? How do you get them to understand? I suppose it's just through content, isn't it? Through showing them every single time we install a system. Which kind of sucks because you don't want to be selling them stuff all the time, but you want to educate them and make them aware of what is out there, who they should be shopping with. And it's not even just us. Like, there's plenty of real good installers out there. But I reckon there's 10% real good installers, and then 90 that are just going to take your money and do a rubbish job. Simple as that. Yeah, people being greedy, I guess, it's I guess it's human nature. If there's room for someone to be able to make money and not deliver a high quality of, anytime that someone can get a quick buck, then that's what they're going to do. And you look historically over the last 10 years, we've had things like the foil insulation scheme, where any man and his dog could install foil or insulation to a roof. And because of that, naturally, Cowboys jump on board that and take advantage of it. Well, we did 16,000 houses of rectification works as Pulse Electrical. And we were finding houses where people had foil, and when we'd open the manhole, there'd be rolls of foil in the plastic wrapping just thrown in the ceiling. Hadn't even been installed. And that happened, that would have happened 3 or 4 times a day. Easy. Or situations where there's no foil at all. Just like, you apparently have foil, yeah, we paid for it. But the government paid for it because there was a rebate, so people jumped on board, which is good. But problem is there was no way to make sure the Cowboys installing were doing a good enough job. Now, the CEC, the Clean Energy Council, from a solar perspective, does do audits and stuff on jobs. But the problem is there's so much being installed and they don't have enough resources to physically check every single job. It's a sheer numbers game. If there's 10,000 systems being installed a week, they can probably only check 100. And that's I don't know whether that comes down to the government maybe needs to fund a bit more, or we already pay a lot of money in memberships and certification through the CEC to do that. But I guess it's just I guess more than anything, it's just awareness and people that are buying systems knowing that, hey, if you're getting a price from 2 or 3 electricians at $6,000 and then you've got one at 3, well, hey, maybe there's a problem there. Maybe that's a pretty good red flag. It's like looking to buy a brand new Land Cruiser Ute, and if you've got 3 dealerships that are selling you a brand new Land Cruiser Ute, 2 of them are $60,000 and one's $15,000, maybe there's something wrong. Maybe it's a not as good a model. I don't know, whatever it is. So people just got to be smarter. in that. So, but thing is too, the savings that people can make, I don't think they fully are aware of. Just for the sake of contacting us or someone to get a price, it gives them a really good indication of whether it's a good decision or not. And sometimes it's not a good decision. 7, 8, 9 year return on investment, put your money somewhere else. And I guess that's the difference even with how we roll, is that if it's not a good investment, we're going to let you know, in our personal opinion. And we've had heaps of people where it's like 8, 9 year return on investment and you're like, look, you know what, I just don't think this just doesn't make sense. And some people go, cool, thanks, and don't do it. A lot of people just get it done anyway because they're adamant they want to have soul and they want to contribute to the environment. And obviously that's a huge aspect to it as well. So, but we were talking the other day about the cafe that we did just the other day, and their return on investment was estimated at 2 years, which is crazy. And it'll be just over 12 months. So they're saving at the moment $500 a week. And they had been like fobbed all this, BS story on solar for years. And it wasn't until they realized, obviously they trusted us and they got us in, and we just said, hey, look, this is the facts, this is how it's going to work. And if there's ever a problem, we can come back and fix it, we can warrant all the gear. And yeah, that lady that owns that cafe sat down with me the other day at lunch and said, have you got any idea what we're saving? And I thought, oh geez, I hope it's good. I knew it'd be good, but it was like twice as good as we thought. And it's not even kicked into summer yet. When they start really cranking ACs and refrigeration's just going mental, they're going to benefit way more. So anyone that consumes power heavy during the day, so if you're a business or someone at home that consumes power heavy during the day, it is a no-brainer. Laundries, car washes, anything that consumes heavy during the day. If you consume a lot of power during the day, getting solar is not something that you need to have, you must have it. You're crazy if you don't. I guess you do have to be careful, particularly from a safety perspective too, is like if you get guys that are doing a rubbish job, that can impact the safety of your house. Like there have been heaps of house fires from solar, from certain components and stuff not being installed properly or maintained, can contribute massively to house fires. And during a big storm, it's known that panels just flying off the roof. I mean, come on, get what you pay for. And if you want something that's going to be not only installed properly, but maintained. And I mean, for us, we monitor all our systems. So every system that gets installed, we can see exactly what it's generating right now and have alarms set in that if it doesn't generate in a particular day the way it should, it'll let us know. So we're often calling our customers saying, hey, is it raining where you are at the moment? Your system's not performing properly. Oh yeah, it is, it's cloudy. Oh cool. And they're like, how do you even know that? Oh, because we can see it on our system and we check it all the time. Or even we've had a couple of instances where you guys know where we've had a panel that's legitimately gone faulty. And before the customer even knew there was a problem, we knew there was a problem. Went out there with the replacement panel. They're like, what are you guys doing here? Oh, we're replacing this panel. Won't cost you a single cent. We're just maintaining the system runs at 100% all the time. Oh, geez, that's pretty good. I didn't know you guys did that. You did say you were going to do that, but I didn't think you'd really do it. And that's the difference. You spend low money, you can guarantee if you make a call back to that company, you barely even get them, if they even exist. You call us, well, often we call you before there's even a problem. So it's chalk and cheese. It's like anything in life. You do get what you pay for, but you've got to be smart too, because you can overpay. So you've got to find that happy medium.